So welcome back. We are once again past the dice. We're doing a few sessions, actually kind of diving a little bit deeper into some of the players' backstories, giving a little more texture to the world as well as a little bit more context. This being said, today we have both Feeley and Oram. So we're going to go ahead and rewind time.
Let's go back.
Go on a journey with us.
Walk with me.
So we're actually going to pick up right when the Great Battle ended. So right when humanity ended up getting up to back to the surface, fighting off the undead giant that you all faced. And we're now left with the entrance of the Illan Castle. So the giant skull that was in the sky during this time that seemed to have been fueling or I would say fueling the creatures, the undead army that you had all just faced. And in formation, you all pierced through. Now, your particular group ended up facing off one of the Crawling King's generals, this giant undead creature. But there were separate groups that were almost like a trident formation that began to plow through the armies of the undead. Amongst these are people that you all know. Now, I'm going to say some names that at first are going to make sense to some of you, and for some of you, particularly Feely, I'll be able to fill that in. So, as you led the center charge, you know that. The tip of the spear.
The spear.
The left-hand side was being pushed forward by the fawn by the name of Tyre, who is the leader of the couriers in the settlement of Rothnir down below. On the right-hand side of this trident structure, Feely, your father, was leading the charge, who is the leader of this settlement, Razzakan.
Shit.
Now, of course, there were people that kind of were listed underneath them, but they showed leadership qualities that were able to push through the tridents, that structure. And Feely, your father's name is Romero. Once the army was defeated, and as humanity, for the most part, was cheering and rejoice, the giant skull that was in the sky that seemed to loom around, this entity that, as far as everyone has been aware, is what caused the end of the world. And also this opposing force that was ready in wait for you. Once all the creatures were slain, there was mourning, there was loss, there was excitement, there was joy, there was fear, there was hope. But as this particular army was defeated, humanity ended up walking into the Castle of Illan, and all the while this skeletal figure stayed and loomed and watched, as if there's always a sense of oppression that is in the air, as it continued to gaze upon you as you and the remainder of humanity walk through. Now, there was not a man, woman, or child that wasn't a part of this battle. And if you recollect, 25% of humanity passed away during this fight. But as you walked through this lost castle, this chunk of history that is unbeknownst to you, only heard of it, the fact that there was even structures left on the surface after the end of the world was a testament maybe to its build quality, but as well as the people that defended it, who all around you as you walk through these lonely steps, you see these frozen people in time in stone. Their last moments shared with you. People running away, and there's hellhounds chasing after them. Everything that... There seems to be almost thousands of these stone statues, whether they be creatures frozen in time or people frozen in time, just scattered everywhere. And when you all begin to approach, as you all begin to approach, it begins to rain. And you see all around you, it's an interesting, and you might be thinking, oh, this is particularly odd because what's raining from the sky is anyone that has a sense of magic, well, rather, just the ability to sense magic. These droplets are green, and they are mana. Now, as the mana rain begins to fall, there's a slight illumination that is happening right now. As you're walking through these statues, these last moments that the previous chunk of humanity endured. The fear in their faces as they're running away and their last moments captured. But with every single raindrop, mana drop, there's an illumination that hits the ground. So right now, the skyscape, with looking up, you can see the Crawling King's face looking down at you. But with every droplet of rain in this sunless, starless night, there is an illumination of green kind of everywhere. So with every single rain droplet, there's a light bit of green. The only source of light, really, that's in there. Besides a few, strangely, still working lanterns. And they give off a blue light that seems to be kind of just barely illuminating, just a few feet from the actual lamp post, just kind of posted here and there. Now I'm going to ask something that I haven't done in the actual campaign. But what would you two like to do as you are now wandering these streets? You can hear cheering, but the moment that everyone got into the actual castle, just kind of like the main area leading into the center of town, cheering went to silence as people began to kind of flood in. What would the two of you like to do as you have entered into this place?
So no one's been here for a long time, right?
Over 200 years.
I think we should start looking for supplies. We need to bring something back. People are hurt, or starving, or thirsty. Maybe something's still good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Let's get our party together and start looking for supplies.
Okay. That being said, yes.
Do I know from the previous campaign of where certain places are?
Well, from what you adventured, you know exactly where the throne room is, but that's the only place that you went.
That's the only throne room? That's
Yep.
the only place?
The only place you went to.
Probably find a kitchen from there.
There you go. That's true. So you kind of gather yourselves
Should we divide, split up the teams?
Yeah.
Go
Scout the
separately?
castle. So you and maybe stick together and set up a search party somewhere else we can meet up.
At this point in time, you go and find, I don't want to say the leaders of humanity, but the people that have been able to step up and take charge. So there, you do notice, Feely, you do see your father already conversating and talking to Tiny. So there's this very dramatic size difference. And Tiny is a giant.
Of course he is. Yeah, naturally.
And you kind of overhear a little bit, well, I don't know where we should go. And you hear Romero speak up and, first we need supplies. That's the first thing that we need to do. Whether we as of right now, we took the keep, but how are we going to end up feeding the rest of these people? I'm genuinely worried that we made it, but we brought everything we had with us. And the two of you walk up and you notice immediately Romero turns to Feely and takes note of him. And you see Romero is, I don't want to say, he's probably middle-aged, I would say, Ribbit. Very similar to Feely, kind of like a darker, like forest green kind of skin tone. His mustache is very strong, and it curls up.
As it should.
They make legends of it.
They do.
They talk about it
you
to
can
this
definitely
day.
see, though, it's a little like peppered in terms of like the actual mustache itself, but he's also adorning like Ribbits are not known for their hair in general, but a feat that your father has been able to accomplish is that he does have a very distinguished mohawk that kind of goes up from the back of his skull and up.
Is it because, like, his line of family that maybe is like...
It's uncommon.
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say.
it is something. Even just facial hair in general
Yeah.
is not something that a ribbit pertains
doesn't
to.
have,
But
yeah.
he does adorn that very distinguished mustache, not too akin from like Feely,
Right, of
who
course.
also adorns facial hair.
Yeah, he's got the mustache.
But he does stand a little bit taller than most ribbits, so he's about
So he's taller. He's taller than most.
He's taller than most. He's about a little bit of a head taller than Feely.
Is Feely pretty tall for a ribbit too? Like
Feely is
considering-
also pretty tall for a ribbit.
Okay.
And Feely, to kind of go into a little bit of your backstory, your family, back when previously the world had not ended, your family was very selective about genetics.
Okay.
You had to be strong. Like the females had to be just as strong as the males. They needed to produce heirs that were capable fighters. Genetically speaking, Feely's bloodline was a chosen bloodline.
Even though
They did not go for love.
Muscle mommies only.
That's it. Yeah.
Muscle mommies.
Muscle mommies.
pegging
only.
people left and right.
I like it.
But genetically speaking,
Yeah.
there were certain traits that were kind of selected,
Just like the Vikings.
just like the Vikings.
The ones like the pretty ones.
There you go. So you see the two of them conversating. You two walk on up. You already had a plan in state that you wanted to go ahead and try and find some sort of resources in any which way. You do notice at this point in time, as right at the entrance, there begins to be some supplies are coming in, what everyone was able to kind of bring with them. But the sheer amount of people, like, remember, this is the last bit of humanity.
So like
You're not
everyone
entirely. Everyone is
from the
here. Everyone from the Underdark is now topside. So for between the statues and between the large amount of people, it can feel a little claustrophobic. It can feel a little like overbearing. is the settlements that you're both are from, Rothnir, as well as Oh, my brain! I had it written down.
Radagast.
It wasn't Radagast. It was
Razakan.
Razakan. Thank you. I had that written down. But they were smaller settlements.
What about the one that we saved in the first campaign? That was a bigger one, right?
That was the one that you saved in the first campaign. It was larger, but still, I mean, dramatically smaller.
Okay, gotcha.
You're definitely feeling like this is a town that could probably take care of everyone, but there's still this oppressive feeling of like there's way too many people at this point in time. But you do notice the sound of like carriages kind of begin coming in, the sound of hooves kind of clopping through. But you do set out to be able to search for anything that you can while you're here. I need the two of you to go ahead and roll for me a knowledge check. And this will be predominantly trying to see what you can find.
Oh, thank you. Just a little bit. Thank you.
No problem.
It's okay, Sean. You can talk for yourself. Thank you.
I would be doing a lot of talking. So.
Keep yourself top, dude.
There you go.
Always. Do you want me to open up this window a little bit, or is it just?
No, it'll be probably pretty cold, honestly.
Alright.
All right.
6 fear. Let me re-roll this one.
Okay. Oberon, what'd you get?
I got 9 with 9 knowledge with fear. So 9 with fear.
9 with fear. Okay, cool.
Sorry, it's
No,
been
you're
a while since I played.
You're okay. You're
Is
okay.
it knowledge?
Knowledge roll. Yes. You're going to be analyzing, trying to find
I'm stupid.
Actually, 9 with fear as well.
9 with fear as well. Okay.
So
I'll
that's
take
the
those
feeling
fears.
That's a crit. 9-9.
No. Funny though. So looking around, for the most part, there's a few different selections. I can say with that roll, you notice 2 pathways. You end up making your way into the center of town. At this point in time, you can see just almost like where utter chaos is. Looking up as the rain begins to fall, you can see people being dropped from hundreds of feet in their last moments, almost like right before they hit the ground, they stop. And the look of their eyes, eyes rolled back, just completely, utterly terrified right before their life was supposed to end, so to speak. You have the pathway of 2 things. There is a northern path and a western path. The other paths seem to be a little bit too, people are kind of beginning to flood and just kind of utterly fill up the space at this point in time. You do start to notice that some people are beginning to remove some of the statues that are there. Where they're going, you're not entirely sure, but north or west did you want to go?
We could always split up, cover ground. Better that way.
Might have to fight. Let's just roll. If it's over 10, we go north. If it's under 10,
You want to stick together?
yeah, I say 10 and below west. 11 to 20 is
All right. I'll use one. I'll just use.
So
one
I
dice
want.
then.
How about this? One of you use your hope fear, and one of you use your fear dice.
Which one do you want to do? Do you want
It
to do
won't count for fear
Yeah,
or
okay.
anything.
I was like, all right.
No, so just Vin's got hope. You go ahead and grab fear. There we go.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, and go.
at 12.
I got a 4.
All right.
I didn't know what we
So in
established.
that case, north it is.
Yeah.
You guys
Let's
have
stick together.
All right.
So you ended up traveling north, and it leads on down into from this courtyard down into this area where there is almost looks like a residential district, but it appears that the place itself seems to be very run down. So this is probably where maybe the poor portion of the community that lived in Illidan resided. So instead of stone buildings, stone homes, you're gonna see a lot of not
Wooden.
shacks, but wooden structures, handmade and things of that nature. And you kind of dip on down into that space. And in this particular area, you do see I'm going to say, I don't think you both would actually know this language, actually, but something that you both do pick up, even with the 9 that you rolled previously. You do see symbols of dragons everywhere. So in this particular area, you see like dragon claws, like dragon skulls on the outside. It looks like there might have been shops and things of that nature. But with that roll, I'm going to say that you end up going into a place that looks like, on the outside, like not a chicken leg, but looks like a big old ham leg.
Hell yeah.
And you go onto the inside of that place, and peering inside, you do see like there's what looks like a shop owner like gasping out at something through the window, like completely frozen in time, stone, looking out with his mouth completely open. You see an elf actually gazing out, and you see some of the patrons, their last moments of like with goods, like looking outside as well, and predominantly Dragonborn or Dracona, I believe they're referred to in Daggerheart. But there are plenty of patrons inside here. Go ahead and see. I want you to go ahead and roll probably another knowledge roll, actually, just to see if there's anything that you might be able to find.
Yes. I got a crit.
Got a crit?
I actually got a crit, yeah.
So-
I'm not kidding.
Take a hope. I think you're maxed out right
I'm
now.
maxed out on hope.
But if you have any stress, it removes.
14 hope.
14 hope. Take a hope.
Max.
What's your maxed out? So taking a look through, the two of you are gazing through, and interestingly enough, through the dishevel, there's like what looks like what would have been a very well-established place. There are like shells kind of tossed over and things kind of scattered throughout. I would say with that critical success, and even with your 13, something that you do notice while walking through this particular area, behind the cupboard, underneath the shop owner's like feet, there seems to be a loose panel, like a place of special keeping. You find these golden chips, like inside of there, and there's silver chips and copper chips. Not entirely sure what that is, but underneath you do find these preserved jams. There seems to be little symbols. You're not entirely sure what, but like one's a large brown, like blue circle. There appears to be like a triangle-like image that's red with like green leaves coming out of it. There's a few that you're able to find, these different kinds of jam, it looks like. And you guys are not unfamiliar with jam, but the symbols on top you're not entirely sure. But I would say that you're able to add to your inventory.
Well, I was going to ask, do we have any guards with us?
I would say that the two of you ended up just going out. Now, there's been this widespread effort.
Okay.
That everyone's trying to kind of scavenge what they have, but I'm going to say both of you received 3 jams.
3 jams.
3 jam jars.
Mystery jams.
Mystery jam.
I like it.
And then if one of you wanted to have there's a sack, a leather sack of these different chips that are inside. They're definitely metallic of some nature.
Go.
Alright, we'll take the chips.
Okay.
Pumpkin chips?
No, the gold, silver, and gold chips.
Oh, gotcha. Old world currency.
Old world currency. Could be.
Could be. Yeah, I was going to ask, would we know if we roll like a knowledge roll about descriptions of this?
I would say that if you're with the critical success that you guys had, or even the 13, that you'd be able to discern that there was some form of currency back in the day.
Alright.
But it's just, at this point in time for humanity, it is not
Yeah. It's
any
doesn't-
way, shape, or form a concern.
Well, it's meltable. meltable means you can make like fucking arrowheads and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things with the
Stuff
minerals.
adorned armor.
Exactly.
Just the form of currency just isn't applied. But there is trade, I would say, still.
As of right
It's
now,
got some
yeah.
value.
It
Yeah.
has some value.
Material wise, I think.
Absolutely. So you end up gathering that. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit. I would say with that, you end up returning back and being able to kind of distribute. Everyone's kind of getting gathered around the center of the town itself, kind of where the courtyard is.
Yeah.
To give this a little bit further of description, there are like pathways that lead up to where one would imagine a king and queen would be, but for the most part, humanity has kind of just stayed in the center of town. A lot of people are actually being gathered and they're removing these statues, and you notice that they're being brought on the outside of town. Sorry. It's an interesting example. The outside of town. Sorry. There isn't religion. There isn't, like, the gods at this point in time, you all know, were eradicated. I would say that as this mass grave for not only the dead that just passed, but also these frozen people in time. Yes.
Like the gods were actually killed. Like they're gone.
They're gone.
Like Crawling King fucked them up.
Calling King eradicated, as far as everyone knew, dead. Now, one thing I will say, Hawthorne has always been one to preach, so to speak. She has claimed that she's been talked to by some gods, that she has interacted in some way, shape, or form with the old gods, and even has mentioned to you that there's one star in the sky that is whoever's left resides there. Yes.
So is this kind of like Skyrim, Thalmor be like, there's no more Talos kind of dead? Or they're actually dead?
No, like they're actually dead. Like
Okay.
the Crawling King did eradicate, as far as everyone's knowledge of anyone that resided on the ethereal plane that the gods existed in, were slaughtered.
Fuck, dude, what the fuck happened last campaign?
It's
What
not-
did you guys do? Good to know, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Why?
from the very first campaign.
Yeah, I would say from the very, very first campaign. Now, that being said, you do see Hawthorne off into the distance, like where this like mass grave, for lack of a better word, is being gathered. And you can see that she is like praying out there, just kind of saying a few words of peace, and there's a few, I would say, followers of her that are also just trying to like give peace to those that have passed, that have mourned. And they begin to light a flame. So in this world, and I'll be able to answer you, in this world, if the corpses aren't burned, they join the Crawling King, part of his undead army.
Even the statues?
The statues themselves can't seem to be burned, but I would say that the 25% of humanity, they began to make a mass grave and just burn the corpses. So there is a pyre essentially on the outskirts of town. And I will say that it is a sacred flame. Now, sacred flames were once used to protect from the Crawling King's essence, kind of keep his essence away from humanity. At this point in time, there are the previous group ended up making their way and ended up completing a relic that is being able to emit a certain light. Now, it hasn't been posted yet, but the Crawling King's essence is ever seeping in, and even as you gaze out and you see this pyre, you almost see this black fog, for lack of a better word, stop at a certain point, but it's waiting until the fire were to go out. You had your arm raised.
I was just wondering if I could do one thing.
Sure.
At some point, would I be okay with going to that one? Because you said they were removing the statues and putting them. I wanted to go see that one statue from the previous campaign, if it's still there,
Sure.
and like pick it up and move it to a different location.
I would say that
At some point in time.
at some point in time, yeah, I'd say okay. But as they are beginning to clear out, they're basically removing the dead to make room for the living. Because at this point in time, the statues, they're frozen in time. The people that are there are no longer alive. And you can see that some people were trying for a long time to be able to try and like with basilisks, venom and things of that nature, to be able to try and unpetrify them.
Yeah.
Just nothing was working. Everyone seems to gather now in the center of town. And you notice that as everyone gathers around this beautifully carved statue of an elven woman kind of pouring water down into the actual this fountain, or at least it would have. There's no water coming out of it right now, but there is a slight pool from the mana that is raining from the sky. Tiny, the giant, whom is the leader of the scholars. And these are people that examine relics. They've been ones to kind of tap into the past and things of that nature. So they're very tightly knit with delvers. Whatever delvers picked up, delvers would bring to scholars, and scholars would identify and be able to assist and find out those things. Tiny stands up and declares that humanity won. That humanity now stands on its own 2 feet. And during this ceremony, and I'm not trying to fast forward this moment by any means, but this is kind of a flashback and kind of a memory. Obram, you recognize this individual as Beethoven. And Feely, this is the first time you've noticed this individual. You've seen Infernal before, and essentially that's this world's form of tiefling. But this one had a certain air about him.
That's like Justin's character.
No, Justin. So Justin is a flamekin, which is like a
Fire Ganassi?
Fire
So,
Ganassi.
straight tiefling.
Straight
Okay,
tiefling.
gotcha.
Or Infernus in this world. You see this individual with midnight-like skin and golden eyes, and his tail elongated but pointed to a tip, which, from your settlement that you grew up in, which was predominantly ribbits, orcs, and basically everything in between in terms of half-breeds. This very much looked like a book that you had once read when you were a child. This epic tale of the gods against the demons of the world. And it immediately pops up in your head as you see these horns kind of protruding from the side of his head. He walks on up with this relic. Now, this particular relic was preached to you as everyone was gathering their things from the bottom of the Underdark and making their way up as the savior of humanity. This particular relic is going to save humanity. And you see him with this mythological item, which is almost like a metallic comet with rings kind of spiraling around it. It's emitting like just a faint glow. And he goes up on top of where this fountain is, the center of town. And he holds it up, and when it does, the two of you have never witnessed light so bright. It ends up floating up into the air and emitting this extreme light. Some may say, in ancient text, almost like sunlight. And when that happens, as the two of you look out where this smoke is ever trying to penetrate where Hawthorne was, it just wipes it clean. It is still a dim light. Don't want to give the image of like this sun that has been created in the center of town, but there is a holy light coming from it.
Like a lighthouse.
Kind of like a lighthouse, but without the spiral.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I got you. It's a warm light. It's this hopeful light that
Not blinding.
not blinding. At first, when it activates, it's like holy shit. But it is a peaceful light. You can stare at it, and it almost looks like a star emitting out. But when this happens, this oppressing feeling and this overlooking skull that was in the sky evaporates.
Could I see the face as it evaporates? Am I able to look at it?
The two of you are able
Can
to
we
see
able
that.
to see it? What do we see as it's evaporating?
You notice that when it evaporates, it's hard to discern emotions from a skull. And a very
Body language?
humanoid skull.
Yeah.
But you do notice that when the light comes out, there is a shriek that goes, that kind of echoes throughout. And when this happens, immediately you begin hearing these whispers kind of from everywhere around you. But this sense of oppression disappears. That being said, I'm going to fast forward a little bit further. And now I know this is a lot of me talking.
No, it's good.
Locked in.
Locked in? Okay, good.
We're good.
I'm going to say that a month has passed
Oh, wow.
since that moment. But humanity is still residing in Illidan. Everyone's kind of beginning to operate similar to what they used to be underneath the ground itself. There does seem to be a little bit of conflicting personalities.
Is there all the statues gone?
All the statues are gone at this point in time. In fact, I would say, Obram, from where you live, where you're residing, I should say, you can see where the mass grave was on the outskirts of town. Obviously, stone statues. They have a very hard time bending to go.
I was gonna ask, would
They-
it be
they
okay
really
if I
w-
put that statue in Orbrum's like house? Maybe not.
Maybe not. But I will say the statue that you were particularly looking for does exist just somewhere else.
Okay, so I moved it and all that good stuff. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
So 30 days has passed. There's conflicting personalities. Think of this as a place of, I don't want to say utter chaos, but everyone was a part of these tiny groups, these settlements underground, just really spread out, and then everyone brought together.
Everyone brought together, each settlement had their own rules.
Correct. That they
Gotcha.
lived by.
Right.
So there's politically conflicting viewpoints, how everyone's going to approach, how food is going to be distributed. There's a lot of factors that are happening. Now, some of the things that everyone has noticed that with this relic that is now floating above the city, you were all able to grow crops, but there's just a sheer amount of people. The two of you were invited for being the tip of the spear.
Always the tip.
to a council meeting. Now that being said, I'm going to start with Feely. Now the two of you have this invitation. I'd just like to make very clear. But Feely, your father and your brother were very much, as soon as the dust settled, made their way to the Grand Library of Illan Castle.
Smart.
The reason for it is that your ancestors were from here.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Let's go.
So your father's has always had this, I don't want to say life goal, but he has always had this obsession with your family. Your family's tree, where you all came from. And he knows from his father and his father's father that you are of a noble descent. So you notice your father going into the archives immediately, trying to find basically your family's home. I would say that within 30 days pass, you're kind of scrambling through and you make your way to the library because he's not currently in the shelter that your family has provided. Now, a lot of people have kind of filtered through and made do with the homes that were there. Of course, picking out the nicer places. But you notice your father just kind of scrambling through the different pages and he's in the library right now. And this library is almost the size of the settlement that you came from down below. Like, this city is massive. It's far beyond anything that the two of you have ever witnessed. It is a giant city attached to a giant castle. Its purpose, you're not entirely sure. This is the first structure that you've ever seen being topside. But you see him and your brother, and your brother's name is Rodriguez. You see the two of them kind of going through, and there's plenty of people looking around, trying to find like those that were interested in the past. You see quite a few people kind of sorting through different books and things like that, especially the Scholar Guild. They seem to almost live in this place. You can see little tents kind of propped up in this library, all holding the sign of the Scholar above. What do you do?
In the library, right?
You're in a library right now. You do notice on the top floor that your father seems to be going through and your brother seems to be going through just book after book after book after book. And you do notice, like, in the particular section, in common, is it's clearly states ancestry.
Or from there. I'm gonna assume like there's gonna be a section that's not necessarily ancestry, but like importance to the city. Seeing if there's any sort of like family lineage that had some sort of ownership or political power within that city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look for like the Feely name within the politics, within like the ownership side of that city.
Absolutely.
In that section.
I'll let you go ahead and roll so get a knowledge check for that. And you notice that your brother...
Could I give him hope? I'm not near him though, right?
You're not near him at this point in time. You're actually doing something else, which we'll get to.
Oh, okay.
What did you roll?
Knowledge?
Yes.
15 with fear.
15 fear. I'll take the fear. However, success. So you see the two, your brother and your father, kind of bickering amongst one another, and they're like, your brother kind of states out, Father, we've been through this section so many times. I mean, how many times are you going to come over this over and over and over? And your father speaks up, as many times as I need to. Our name is here in this place. I'm missing something. I don't know what. You can see him just kind of curling his mustache, and your brother actually kind of took a little bit more from your mother's side, whom is deceased at this point in time. But he has kind of more of a brown skin tone. You can see that there are lines of yellow that go through his skin. Not quite old enough to grow a mustache, but you can see he's trying. And he kind of erupts on him. He's like, Nino, I need you to check another section. Go find your brother. And he reluctantly kind of gives a nod, but he walks over to you where you're in a completely different section, going into the political nature of Illidan in general. You can see him. He's about, not quite as tall as you, but probably about 4 inches off from... Here we are again. You find anything?
Not yet. Still digging through these fucking books.
I'm getting tired of this dust, brother.
You and me both, brother.
And he looks up, and you go ahead and grab a particular tome. You grab a tome that states judgment from over and under. You grab a hold of it. You see that your brother's just kind of sorting through, and his kind of bluish eyes like just scanning, and you can see that they're beginning to get heavy, his eyelids, as he's looking through these. But this particular book grabs your attention, and you kind of flip through. In the book, with what you rolled, you're able to discover that these particular elves that ruled over this area were what one would consider dark elves. And there's a few here and there that you've seen, not in your settlement, but as these 30 days have passed, you've noticed different skin tones, odd hair colors of these tall folk with sharp ears. You notice, though, in this, there's a particular order that were established in the Castle of Illan that revolved around the Rangers of the Swamp. And oddly enough, you recognize the last name Feeley in there.
Okay.
Now, these particular, as you've read through, there were the castle guard that they were these dark elves that kind of protected this castle. Agile fighters, working on precision and things, and militaristic tactics.
Yeah.
However, on the outskirts of town, towards the mountain of Zambog, there were a particular special unit of rangers that would go into the swamp, that would go into the marshland. Kind of like a protective layer of travel between the Dracona, who resided in the mountains, and Illidan Castle. A noble group that carried the last name Feeley protected this trade route in particular, of noble status, given to them by the Bright Queen herself. They resided on the southeastern portion, they had a home, a residence called the Star's Delight. It was an actual place of where this particular noble birth of Ribbits resided. Now they led over the rangers of the swamp. They were noble in nature. They were individuals that relied on guerrilla warfare. However, if they had not a, I don't want to say an Achilles heel by any means, but they believed so much in honor that even though they had guerrilla tactics, if there were bandits that they were trying to fend off, they would come from the shadows, they would come from the swamp and confront them directly. So their operation was stealth when it came to monsters, but they wanted to very much peer into the eyes of their adversaries as they plunged the sword into their chest. This particular residence, though, you believe to be your family's home. So you notice your brother, just kind of at this point in time, as you've flipped through the pages, he is kicked back in a chair, mouth closed, but his throat is...
He is sleeping.
And he's out. But about 40 feet away, you do see your father just kind of flipping through. But with that roll, you found that.
I call out to both of them. Tell them to huddle up so I can see what I'm seeing too.
Your brother pops up and you see his kind of like ocean blue eyes just kind of gaze over to you. And I don't want to say it's a cut and paste, but your father, those... Actually, I don't think I ever got the description of your eye color.
They're like yellow, amber.
Yellow amber. He has the exact same eyes as you as he quickly throws the book off the balcony that you're at. And it takes a few seconds and you hear the sound of someone getting pegged by it. Oh! Falling to the sky. Just into the forehead.
Hey, brother.
The two of them kind of huddle on over and, what did you find, Nino? As your father approaches and his eyes are bright, they're large, they are excited. There is... I don't think you've ever seen your father this excited except for right before you spoke to him, before the great battle, making it into Illidan Castle. What did you find?
It's our name, Father. We're fucking in charge.
In charge? Of course we're in charge!
Read this.
Read it. You look at it.
Give him the book. I show him.
You show him through and he like takes out his long tongue and just kind of begins to page through these.
Yeah. Our name means something, Father.
Of course it does. I told you this. Ever since you were a small tadpole. And he looks through and he's like, oh, stop down. We need to go immediately. He like grips a hold of you and grips a hold of your brother and he's like, this is what I've been telling you for many years. We have weight. We mean something. And he holds out his father never takes off. Never removes his sword from his body. And he never removes his chest plate. He's always in the same attire. This patched up plate mail that he carries. And he like goes to his family symbol, which is... What is your family's symbol? So you make your way, that family symbol of the skeletal hand of the frog and vines kind of going down it. You make your way to your family home. There are residential areas, very beautifully crafted. You end up seeing, people, scavengers and things of that nature trying to get into these homes, but there seems to be some form of magical barrier that is preventing that. That being said, you notice that there was a half-orc boy that ends up getting shot backwards from this magical barrier as he's trying to make his way in. And he talks to his mother as he looks up at her and, talks of being hungry and not being able to, eat. And she assures him that her husband, his father, ends up, is on a hunting voyage to be able to get food for everybody. But eventually you make your way into the your family home. And there, as your father walks up to the gates and he holds out his family crest, where he would see these giant stone pillars, and it's just this beautiful home that almost looks like a mini castle. He touches the crest without being shot backwards, and the doors open slowly, and these large cobblestone like walkway leads into the actual place itself, and it's aligned with these kind of pond like structures just everywhere, and they're not physically there, but they are magical. You do notice that there are these fireflies that are kind of wisping over the lily pads. Let's go ahead and get some music, and for those that are listening in and might be a little confused, our recording unfortunately cut out, so we're just retelling a little chunk of this story. So thank you for your thank you for your understanding. But Feely, this place is beautiful. I don't want to say it's as big as your previous settlement, but it is a very it is a very
Would you like some more water? Oh, good.
just well created place. It is well made, well maintained. There we go. Pretty good. We got sound back. But as you enter in, the moat that separates this tiny castle, as you approach, you and your father and your brother, you hear the drawbridge land in front of you. And you notice as you approach, your father stops and he is just looking at this moat, and he stares at it in awe and wonder, and this beautiful castle it's kind of like this dark obsidian stone that is wrapping around, this mixture of obsidian glass and stone just kind of melded together, with these blue spires that kind of point to the sky. And oddly enough, where you're standing, the one star that's in the sky, it's as if it's right above one of the spires of this smaller castle. You notice your father isn't moving, but he turns to you and your brother, and he grabs a hold of your hands, and you can see that his eyes are tearing up. There's this moment of realization that you made it. He made it. That for many generations, this place that almost seemed a fable You always heard the ramblings of your father and him telling you about your great name, that you came from this bloodline of warriors, of nobility, of stature. Very proud man. This realization that, maybe even to himself, that this place existed, that your family has a name for themselves. What would you do, knowing that you're now in your home?
Explore it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is to see. I don't know what they've really done in the past. It's all just hearsay to me, so...
Fair.
Walk around and see what he's able to see.
Fair. I want you to go ahead and roll a instinct roll for me.
Instinct. What's that based off of? Oh, nothing. So... 9 with fear.
Alright, fear. I'll take the fear. Accumulating.
Give him hope. Give him hope.
Yeah, no, we're fucked, bro.
So Feely, you walk through these grand halls. Whether it be enchantment or just how something is well built, because you've been accustomed to living in shacks and things of that nature throughout your whole life. But you're greeted with these grand halls and this blue carpet that leads up into the upper floors. When you step through, you notice that there are statues of other ribbits kind of at the entranceway. And with each step, a blue flame emits from their hands that emits a light. And it's a blue flame, and it's oddly, instead of warmth, there's a feeling of cold. But you walk through and as you continue to proceed, just blue flames kind of lighting up everywhere, illuminating the whole space. You notice that your father in awe begins just to kind of wander around, and he's touching the statues and their faces, and at the center of where the staircase kind of leads up and curves to the second floor, you see a grand picture of a ribbit, same color skin as you, same eyes as you, looking as regal as a ribbit could, gazing out into the distance, full adorned in armor identical to your father's. To the right, as you enter in, you notice your father kind of wandering off and your brother going to the left. You notice on the right-hand side a beautiful kitchen, all your level size, which is something that you as a ribbit has always kind of tried to adapt to. The world was not, especially in your settlement with orcs and other taller races or ancestries, everything was always not a challenge, but you had to work with your environment, and it didn't work with you, if that makes sense. It was as if it was working against you. The world was not made for you.
Yeah.
So the first thing that you notice as you step into this kitchen, it just feels like this place was made for you. You begin touching the texture of the wood that is stained a dark purple. You notice that the engravings of like knife cuts kind of in a cutting board. This house was lived in. This house has history. This house carries so much weight to it. I would say in your exploration, you end up going upstairs and you notice that there are a total of 10 beds. 10 different rooms that are on the second floor. Downstairs there is like a library, a fireplace, the kitchen that you have been in, all the natural home necessities that were there. And even there was a backyard that leads to a different pond. Unfortunately in the pond there seems to be dead fish, long dead. Just kind of skeletal remains that have drifted down to below. But there's a certain beauty to it. There's a certain elegance to it. And with each step that you have, it feels like as if your feet are engraving roots into this place. You're somehow connecting with it on a different level than you've ever experienced. And with every step, the roots grow deeper and deeper, and this sense of home, which you've never really felt before. In your home, as you get up to the second floor, where you notice that your father is kind of running around with almost like a jubilant energy. You kind of pass through each door, each bedroom, all 10 of them. Part of you feels like, with as many statues when you first arrived, that you would at least have seen one. But the home was empty, it was abandoned. It might be because your family took note and went underground. But you're not entirely sure. Or maybe they were fighting on the front lines. Or maybe based on the role that you had in the book that you read, that maybe they're out there somewhere. They saw maybe what had happened as the crawling king decided to wipe existence off the face of the earth. All these theories begin to kind of plot through your head until you make it to the master bedroom. The master bedroom itself elegant does not describe what you see. You see in a very large room statues and armor that give it a certain accent to it, that kind of not loom over the bed, but are in the corners of every portion of the house. In a study, you see your father just kind of scribbling away, looking what would you like to do?
I'll try to look for a journal. See if there's any like history as to where everybody went, why they decided to leave,
Yeah,
if
why is
anyone's
it
still
gone?
alive.
Yeah.
Probably like under a bed in like a lockbox. Anywhere where like a journal would typically be hidden.
There's no statues, you said? It's just...
There are statues with different armor and things.
No, I'm saying like people statues.
No, there's no people statues. There's no ribbit statues anywhere.
Interesting.
Not like... So there's statues of like, almost like a showcase.
Right.
But not like what you saw on the streets.
Not like dead people.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to say I'll take your previous roll. And you are able to find underneath, not the master bedroom, but 3 bedrooms to the right-hand side. you end up finding not a lockbox, but a journal underneath a bed. And you take it out. And it's one page in. You do notice the diary of Sir Phillip. You're kind of sorting through what is read. And your immediate instinct is to kind of flip around. Now, I want you to roll just your hope dice. And you're going to roll that 3 times. These are going to be the 3 pages that you read.
Okay. So 1.
1, okay. Page 1.
3.
3, okay.
7.
7, okay.
That's the best one.
So for the most part, you read the kind of beginning chapters of this book.
Okay.
Of this journal. Initially states that whom wrote this? It initially talks about becoming old enough to be able to become part of the Swamp Rangers. The excitement that is written there, the thrill and the honor of being able to protect this grand city. It talks about his siblings being enlisted on not only part of the Royal Guard, but kind of getting a part of what one would consider not only the Royal Guard, but the typical, I don't want to say typical, but more of the police force that was here. So the guard that protected the Queen and then the average folk. And it writes in there about him believing in the average folk. The little person. The everyday person. It talks about his passion for wanting to protect that. It does show in his book of grand aspirations of being able to protect the Bright Queen, the one that rules over this castle. But for now, he'll settle for the strength of his family and for the little people. Towards the end of the pages, towards page 7, I would say that it talks about political conflict. There was a queen from a distant land called Avalor that was taken. She was the catalyst of an all-out war between the continent Illidan, which is the first time that you've heard of Illidan Castle, but the continent Illidan, and a continent called Avalor, which is southeast of here. So in your mind, other continents. You've only lived underground, and the concept of place beyond, as you're reading, a place called, like, this sea that is being described, this large body of water that separates large land masses, is kind of mind-blowing to you. You've seen lakes, underground lakes, you've seen ponds, you've seen rivers, but the sea, that's an interesting thought. And you relate it back to the book that you were reading previously. Your race is an amphibian race. The concept of something so large, and the fact that your people from what your father has told you, came from the sea. One of the last journal entries that you are able to read, based on the pages that you have rolled for, is that there is a place, a golden city, that this individual's grandfather, the great Sir Kendrick Romeo the Third.
Damn.
Talked of El Dorado, the city of gold under the ocean itself, the birthplace of the Ribbit race.
No way. Hell yeah.
And you can tell that the person that's reading this is youthful. There's a sense of, like, today he jammered about this place once again. You know, there's, you know, how many times do I have to hear this from my great-great-grandfather? You know, it's just, at this point in time, like a broken record as you are reading through it, and how nonchalant he is about this conversation. And I'm going to say I'm going to put a slight pin in that, and just kind of briefly go over what happened with the audio being cut out.
Not a whole lot.
So Oberon ended up, and for those that are listening, we had audio problems. Oberon had a meeting with Tyr, and Tyr had brought him over and talked to him about there being these disappearancing of 25 individuals that are happening throughout the town. Reports are being made, and at this point in time, it's almost one person a day. And it being utterly, extremely alarming. Humanity's on its last rope, and for anyone to lose their life, it is scary. So Oberon ends up gathering himself, and
who did I meet? Tyr and who else?
Tyr and Torrent.
Torrent, that's right.
They discuss their concerns and their worries about people going missing.
To keep it underground and hush, try to find out the source of the problem.
Correct.
Okay.
To try and keep it nice and quiet in the source of the problem. There doesn't need to be commotion. There doesn't need to be too much spotlight, so to speak, on this. It's just something to be concerned about. Oberon, you kind of gather yourself.
Sorry.
You're good.
Sorry.
You gather yourself, and you're not entirely sure, where to start, where to begin.
Who can I bring? I want to bring... I'm thinking Feely, but also Wart.
Wart. And Wart is here. He is in the
Yes,
town.
I know. Wart, maybe Ilya?
Maybe.
Definitely Wart, though.
So the two of you, or you end
Would
up
you be
gathering
okay
yourself.
with that, or no? Should I roll?
How about, Wart would be completely fine. Ilya would be fine.
Maybe
but
not, because he's probably going through the archives.
he is very deeply invested in that. Well, how about this?
All right.
You kind of gather yourself, and you know that, you gather yourself, and you kind of want to get down to the bottom of these disappearances.
No.
But I'm going to go ahead, and since I reestablished that,
Yes.
we got that back on Mike.
Yes.
Back over to Feely.
Yes. Yes.
Feely, you know that you and your family were summoned to a council meeting with not the leaders of humanity, but the people that have stepped up. So, after you have discovered your family home, you kind of give a bow to your dad and your brother and know that you have business to attend to. There, you end up seeing Obram and Zephyr, along with there is Tiny, who is the giant that you know of, the leader of the scholars.
Yep.
Tyr, as well as Lucian. There's quite a few people, and Lucian is this kind of the fairy race, very insectoid. In later years, you do know that he is the leader of a different establishment. But you all kind of gather up. Tiny speaks up to both you, Obram, and everyone else. So it has been under my assumption. You can see as he sits down in a chair that should not hold him, but somehow does. There are individuals that are disappearing in town. I know that Tyr had discussed this with you, Obram. However, it's becoming dire. My concern for this is high. Reason being is because my daughter is one of the ones that have disappeared on us. Since you three, and he regards Feely, Obram, and Zephyr, were the tip of the spear that led the charge. I can think of no better to be able to investigate this. I have only one lead. In the Noble District in the South End. There is a home. A place where we've heard murmurs in the middle of the night.
That's not good.
I need you all to investigate the family, the Groggens.
Groggens. Sounds orcish.
They are. They're one of the noble houses that we're a part of, and he addresses Feely. A part of your settlement. Which is why I brought you here, Feely. What do you recollect of these orcs?
Groggens. Good for nothing swine. Always up to something. Never liked them. Always had a feeling they were bad people.
There's personalities going through. There's too many of us, and we're all set in our ways, but they're no good, as you say.
As far as I've been aware, yes.
You can
Bad
see
family.
him through his one monocle. Narrow his gaze. Do you think that they would have any reason to take people? And the reason why I ask in this particular group of people is that there's In all the homes that we've been investigating, there have been occurrences of screaming at night from there. Now, there could be something underground that are taking people. But we have heard nothing, and the groups that we have sent in the sewers, the groups that we have sent around the clock to make sure that this place is secure, everything checks out fine, but this is one place that we haven't been able to investigate because of their tie to their ancestral home.
Is it that you can't open the door?
We can't open the door, nor will they conversate with any of us. It's been days since we've seen Olfrich.
Olfrich is?
Olfrich is the father, or the head of the house of that family. In Feeley, from your settlement, oftentimes you had bunted heads with this individual, Olfrich. Not in a competitive way, but in a way of leadership. You've always been one to take charge. You've always been one to be on the front lines. But you've always shown compassion. Not only to your fellow Ribbits, but even to just people in need. It was your family's motto. It was how your father raised you. This individual, though it may be the times that you lived in, very much was about the survivability factor. It didn't matter what, as long as everyone survived, moral or otherwise. He was willing to make any sacrifice to make sure that his people were alive. I need the three of you. I need the three of you to go and investigate. See if they have any connection to these disappearances. I worry. I know not of what the reasoning, but I do know one thing, that there are screams at night. Every night.
Every night someone goes missing.
And every night someone goes missing. If you could call it night. And he looks around at the starless sky. Will you do this for us?
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, Zephyr, I need you to get with Feely's father.
Do you remember Zephyr? The dog person? Captain. Same thing.
I need you to get with Feely's father. I need us to establish a new branch. I need you to start formulating a group of people that are able to fight larger creatures. We'll establish this as the Slayers.
Yeah.
They'll hunt big game and be able to take and protect humanity as we proceed forward. And Zephyr gives a nod. I'll get with them. There's tactics he was telling me about that might prove useful against larger creatures.
I'll head there now. And I'll see the two of you tonight. And he gives a nod and begins to head towards your family's homestead. Now the two of you know now that there are disappearances that are happening in town.
Each night.
Each night.
Screams are coming from the Olfrich's family, the Groggens.
The Groggen Manor.
The Groggen Banner.
Feeley, you've grown up with the Groggens. You've never seen eye to eye with their family. The only thing that you have agreed on is some form of survivability. But their methods have never resonated with you. What would the two of you like to do in preparation prior to a night's rest?
I wanted to make sure that Tiny still had that relic I gave him with the water.
The water. So you do know, I will say, that it has restored water throughout all of Illidan. So homes, they all actually have water flow, drinkable water
Okay.
in every home because of that.
Okay.
And the fountain that was in the center of town is also flowing.
That's what I was wondering, because you were like making it sound like, oh shit. So that's what I was like.
No. That particular relic has completely become the foundation of your water source. No one will ever grow thirsty while being in
At least in
Illidan.
Illidan, yeah.
I mean, everything's repaired. We're healed. We got hope.
Yeah, I want to get with him. I want to know more about these orcs. So I'm going to do that.
So the two of you
It's time to prep.
end up going into a separate room. Now, right now you are in the Illidan Castle, and Obram, you do notice, they ended up putting the woman that was statuified, that had a crown. She resides in what looks like a throne room, but the roof of itself just completely ripped off, but she resides there. But the two of you pass by the throne room and make your way into a study. And in this study, there's actually a world map there
Interesting.
that shows Illidan. There's a continent of Illidan, and I would say Feely, since you were reading a little bit, seeing the different continents.
So now he knows about Avalor and all that stuff, because he read it. So you actually see it on the map and all that good stuff.
Yeah. You do notice that there are different continents that are there, and there's these ocean waves on this map, and you see like depictions of sea monsters in the waters themselves that separate. It's quite fascinating, but at the same time, you two of you have a moment to yourselves. And with Daggerheart,
Yes.
there is the sense of creativity that will come from both of you.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and shift the spotlight to you. And I know that was a lot of me talking, but
You got to set the tone. Question to you, though, real quick, if you don't mind. How do I know Feely?
so Feely, you don't, at this point in time, you don't know him very well. Now, over the course of the 5 years as each of the settlements get set up, you get to know each other very well. But for the most part,
Have we come across each other?
you were in that great battle, and the two of you even did a special combo, if you recall.
Sexy combo.
But the two of you, I would almost say, are war veterans in the way of you fought together,
Yeah.
and you made that last breach for humanity. So I would say you know each other, maybe not on a deeper level.
Right. Was he a courier or a delver before?
He's always been a delver
He's always been a delver
Always been a
before
delver.
the
prior to.
Great War. Okay. Which makes sense, because you're trying to find any relic of your family and all that stuff. Okay. Perfect. Alrighty. So, you know these orcs firsthand. You know anything about them that could give us an advantage on trying to figure out how to stop this. I have a feeling that they're bad news too. Just because I've heard stories about that family from my settlements.
I would say you haven't really heard too much about them, just other than they were a prominent power.
Prominent power, that's it?
That's it.
They didn't like,
you were very much
like an iron fist?
Yeah, you were very much a person that just kind of was in and out.
Okay, well,
and it's interesting, as I would say, just to add a little bit to this.
Yeah, because
Feely, it's interesting hearing this because this is a half orc that is kind of talking to you about this, and we, you never have really gotten along with orcs, and for this reason, this particular family. But I will just add that to
yes, please.
this
Thank
is
you.
that simply this is an interesting conversation with a half orc that you're having right now.
Well, as far as I've known that family, they're swindlers, they're cheaters. They'll do anything to get themselves on top. I would expect the home to be riddled with traps. I would expect some sort of adversary in there, some sort of guardian. I don't know. So all I've heard is if someone goes in there and they weren't welcome, they never come back. That place is, as far as my family has told me, it's a death trap.
So has your family dealt with these orcs before?
Our whole lives. We've made peace to an extent for the sake of survival, but never seen eye to eye.
Okay, so people have gotten in trouble with these orcs at your settlement then?
Everybody.
Okay.
Ribbits, humans, elves, everybody. They look after themselves and themselves only.
Sounds like they're big trouble.
I would agree.
Sounds like we need to stop them.
We need to figure out what they're doing, or if something is still active in the house that's taking people.
Especially because Tiny is a good friend of mine. And I'm sure yours too. His daughter's missing.
Yeah.
We gotta find her.
Do it for Tiny.
Do it for Tiny. Alright. I'll try to get supplies. We'll try to figure out something. See if we can get into that manor. Somehow, some way.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We got Let's Go Feely.
Let's go, Felly.
Give
Give him the spear.
At this point in time, you do hear the sound of a door knocking and then opening up in front of you.
Yeah.
You end up seeing Tyr kind of walk through as he steps in. Any plans? And then you can kind of see in this room, it's almost like a war room on the inside. There's a roaring fireplace that is kind of behind the two of you. And he notices and glances over at the fire, and then these kind of brownish eyes kind of staring at the two of you. Sorry about the formalities. Feely, what do you think the chances are that these people are taking them? And why?
Why is a mystery. As I said before, they all just look after themselves. It could be a form of survival if somebody's still alive deep within. It's my guess, but I have no idea. Chances, knowing the fucking orcs, it's high.
He was saying that a lot of people would go missing or be hurt at his settlement, right?
Anybody that goes in without permission never leaves.
So, our guess is we need to get in.
I see.
or find out a route of where they're possibly taking these people, which most likely is the case.
Well, just in case, I wanted to give these things to you. Some of the supplies that we found inside the castle. He holds out 2 healing potions and 2 stamina potions.
1-1.
Yeah.
Heard.
Or however which way you want to distribute.
Right.
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
1-1's good.
There isn't much here. I'm actually quite surprised. For a town encased in time. It's as if it's been already picked through.
It's okay. We'll just have to make our own down the road.
Right. Well,
We'll try to report back. If you don't hear from us within 24 or 48 hours, then something must have happened to us.
I wanted to give you this. And he hands you over a small map of the town.
Oh, interesting.
So, where the screams are coming from is here. And you notice that, actually not too far off from Felely, your home residence, there is a X kind of marks the spot. Probably a few blocks away from your own home.
Okay.
Really?
In the Noble District.
Okay. How far away is, if you don't mind me asking, the Orcs family, the Groggens, from Feely's family?
Felely's family, I mean, probably 10 minutes.
No
of a
way.
walk.
Okay.
It's fairly close.
Super
yeah.
close.
Yeah, super close. Literally 2 blocks away.
All right.
Anyway, this is where I would start looking, or maybe camp out, or however what you decide to do, let us know. Or at least let us know after the fact. There's so much disturbance here that's happening lately that it's hard to keep order of this chaos as these groups are conflicting with one another.
We can't get in through the front entrance, right? So we'll probably be going there. So expect us to be camping out around that X.
Yeah.
Okay.
I expected as much, but just be safe. 25 people, and it's disturbing that they were able to take Tiny's daughter. If it's them. And once again, I have no proof other than a feeling and reports.
I don't expect her to leave town.
No one would leave town. It would be suicide.
Yeah.
Just be careful. The 2 of you.
All right. We'll leave very soon. We're just going to gather up some stuff and then we'll start heading out.
Is there anything that you guys wanted to do prior to the stakeout? Is that what we decided?
What are you thinking? You know this family more than...
I mean, I know the family. I've never been near the house. I avoid it like the plague.
Well, we can't go through the front entrance.
No, we'd have to
stake out
go
or at
around,
least go.
dig under their fence.
We could check out the area. If it's like a tunnel system, we can start going through there. Or we can stake out, see if they're bringing anyone in.
Yeah, look for footprints, drag marks, something.
We have Zephyr with us. He's a good tracker. So, we'll meet up with him later.
There you go.
I agree.
Okay. Let's do it then.
Okay. So the 2 of you end up heading out. And you notice that once again there is a pour of Manor rain, slightly illuminating the actual home. The town itself. You notice that a lot of people are, keeping underneath, from the rain cover itself, just trying to stay out of it.
I was gonna ask, are they doing like a curfew right now at the moment?
There's no curfew at the moment.
Okay, so this is literally under the table kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, you guys are kind of going out there as is. I'm going to go ahead and spend to fear.
Oh no, bro.
At this point in time, as you're kind of heading out and you're noticing like this confliction happening, these people kind of hiding from the rain itself. I would say that Obram, you notice immediately a group of pureblood orcs that are kind of shoving a human up against a wall, and they have their daggers out, blades out, and you notice that there's some confliction of some sort of like,
We agreed on 4 chickens, and yet you're only delivering 1. What is that going to be for yourself? Shall I take an arm just in case?
and Feely, you notice this immediately a part of that clan.
You want to go in, brother?
Yeah.
Let's. Oh, I got
You
your
notice
back.
that the blade is up against this guy's throat. There is definitely confrontation. There's aggression happening, and there's a couple orcs and just one man. What are the two of you doing?
Feely yells out, "You filthy greenskins, put your fucking weapons down."
Okay. I need you to go ahead and roll I think it's intimidation. Is that still a thing?
I will give him hope. It's presence, I think.
Presence, yes, you're right. Presence. So you'll go ahead and use a hope, and you'll roll to add to his a d6.
Hell yeah, brother.
You have to explain how you're doing it. I guess you might be back.
Oh, I'm just gonna look menacing. Him and I are just gonna be like, words are not needed,
people,
Sean.
these large orcs.
I'm large. I rolled a 6,
are
so
large.
fuck you.
And I've got 20 with hope.
26, my boy.
26. You see the two of them, like, look over at you, and you see one is like a deep kind of green skin, and the other one's almost grayish, not too far off from your own skin color over them. But the two of them, like, look over and they drop the man, and the man kind of quickly kind of runs off, and the two of them look at you and are like,
What'd you say? Green, eh? Little ribbit.
and he takes a step forward,
I take a step forward too.
and you can see that these are purebred
Does not
orcs.
matter.
They are about 7'2", as they stare out, but Feely and Oben, the two of you kind of stand your ground, looking up at these individuals.
You think you're going to go ahead and get involved, are you? Wait a minute.
He looks you up and down,
Uh-oh.
Feely.
Aren't you one of them Feely clan?
He looks at you with narrowed eyes. You can see, like, completely shaved orc, elongated ears that kind of point out. Wearing, like, rags for the most part, a little bit of patches here and there of leather. And the other one next to him,
I think that's the oldest one.
the one next to him steps up.
You're Vasco, aren't you?
He kind of takes a step forward.
Hold on.
He touches the other
Square
orc's chest.
Square up.
This is all of their blood. We have a treaty involved with them.
What is it?
A treaty involved with them.
Treaty. What the hell?
Oh, the little one's not worth it.
The gray one kind of stands up tall and kind of cracks his neck.
Mind your business.
Obram gives like a menacing grin towards the gray one.
Yeah. Fuck that. Feely spits on him and draws his sword.
Oh shit!
You want to go, little one?
I'll cut your fucking tusks off.
I want you to take the first stab. And he takes out his chest.
Can we do a combo?
You can do that.
Immediately kill him.
Nuke him at the get-go.
Fuck it.
It's whatever you want to do.
It's up to you, dude.
Down. Let's do it.
All right. I need you, if you're going to use a combo, whoever is going to use it, you use 3 hope first and foremost.
I will do it.
Okay.
All right.
Because
Go
I
ahead and erase
instigated.
3 of your hope. I need you both to roll, and then you can decide if you're just whacking the guy or... And I will tell you, it's still using your longsword.
Yep.
All right.
Hope and fear, right?
Hope and fear. What do you got?
Ooh, baby. I got a 14 with hope.
14 with hope.
Unarmored. Right?
This is.
He has leather.
So, hold on, I'm doing math. 19. Fear.
Is it with strength?
19 with fear?
Yeah.
No. I mean, you just roll, and that's what your weapon is.
What's his armor class?
So you get to choose which one you're going to pick. So you have 14... What'd you say?
14 with hope.
14 with hope or 19 with fear.
What do you want to do?
Let's take the fear.
Alright.
Take the fear? Okay,
Higher roll.
I'll take the fear. That being said, it's a success. Go ahead and roll damage now at this point in time. And you guys are the same level.
I'm level
You-
2 in this.
Oh, I guess you would be your other one at that point in time. Because you're level 5 at that.
Yes.
Add a
But I'm an assassin.
technically add a proficiency. So
D10,
you-
right?
D10,
So
if
3
that's your weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a D10.
Yes.
Mine says D8 on the...
So you'll do 2d8 because of your proficiency being
right.
at the
and
level.
I had
that you're
this as 2D8 on my character.
Perfect.
Alright, cool. Alright. I gotta find out what my D8 dice is. Where are you? 12. Is it this one? Yes.
21.
21.
8. Goddamn. 8. No, 7. Plus 1. 8. 9. 10. 11. 11 plus 11. 22.
22. Okay. So a total of 42 damage
Damn.
at the get-go. So
Ridiculous.
this guy that you're conflicting, as he goes ahead to reach out.
It's probably not good that we killed this guy.
I don't care. He's an orc.
There you go. He goes to reach out and kind of just grab a hold, and when that happens, the two of you like take out your 2 blades and literally just chop off this guy's arm, cutting it completely off, and he looks at you like in awe and in shock as he
And we just
grips
like
a
we
hold
grab
of
him.
himself.
We grab him. We like as we're like stabbing him, we're gonna bring him closer to like a narrow.
Well, he's
thing.
not dead.
No, but we're
Okay.
trying to move him
Move him over.
like away from the crowds of people.
Okay, he is yelling out, and
I
because
cover his mouth.
Shh. That being said, because of rolling with fear, it is now
Damn it. No, Gio.
the 2's turn. So that being said,
So that didn't happen.
so his arm is completely ripped off, and he grabs he grips a hold and it kind of squeezes a hold of his arm, just trying to stop the blood flow. The other one from around the corner, the gray skinned one, charges forward. He's like, "You motherfucker!" And he runs on over and he takes out this longsword that he carries with one hand. And he's immediately, I think due to the nature, going to go ahead and try and attack Feely. 10?
That's
That would be...
after the. So that's major.
So actually,
Oh,
to hit.
Yeah, so it hits.
Hits? Okay.
Sorry.
So he goes in and takes out his weapon and he slashes into you, causing 10 damage.
Yeah, so 2 damage.
You can also use your stuff if you want to decrease
He'll
the damage.
do his thing.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
gonna eat it right now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take the 2 HP.
Yep.
That being said, the one that is wounded right now, he's gripping a hold of himself. You see him just kind of, his eyes, his pupils kind of narrow down, and he's locked in on Oberon. He's going to go ahead and just take out his one fist and just try and pummel you. 13?
13 hits.
Okay. So he's going to go ahead and rage. So as he rages, you notice that the blood kind of squirts out as he begins to kind of tighten up, and you notice that his muscle structure begins to kind of inflate a little bit. And he just begins to punch you over and over again. So it's going to be 2 attacks. 5 damage. It's cocked. And 3 damage. So they're 2 separate hits. So he just hits Oberon in the face, like back and forth. The spotlight is now back on you.
Oberon's angry. Oberon's very angry. Oberon's gonna use his spike shield and like jam it into that guy's stomach.
Okay.
Cutting him.
Go ahead and roll to hit. So you can hope with fear.
If that's okay. I got a 5.
A 5.
With fear.
With fear. Take the fear. So you go ahead and try and shove up your spike shield up into his gut. When you do, you're just met with a 6-pack of iron. It hits, and your shield doesn't cave in, but it does nothing. He immediately turns to you, since you rolled with fear, and tries to smack a natural 20. That being said, when you hit him up and he looks at you and he just grins, and you're...
Damn you!
I would say, Oberon, you're not really used to a full-blood orc. You actually really haven't really interacted with a full-blood orc, but as he towers over you, the grin widens, and it's as if the pain doesn't even hurt anymore. And he just immediately grabs you by the shirt and headbutts you with this natural 20. It is unarmored, but you take 12 damage.
I'm gonna use an armor slot to make it down to 1 damage.
Okay. The spotlight is back on you. Feely, you still have a spotlight?
Yes.
I'm gonna use my whirlwind, which uses up. Hold on. Spend a hope, so I'm gonna use 1 hope.
Okay.
Whirlwind. Roll for it. So. 4 with fear, dude.
Ooh, 4 with fear. So you go ahead and you're approaching the one that's on you right now as he had tried to slash into you. You brisk off the slash. You quickly... Oh.
It says all adversaries you succeed against... Oh, wait. I forget. Never mind. Leave it.
No worries. You end up taking out your long sword and whip it around your head. And when it does, the first orc that is engaged in it with you, the gray-skinned orc, quickly dodges, and the other one is just right out of reach, unfortunately. That being said, because of the miss, the gray-skinned orc is going to go ahead and take out his long sword and try and slash up into you and see if he hits. 8. Nope. So he goes ahead and slashes, and when you do, as you whirlwind out, you pivot to a pillow, repose, and kind of slash the blade away, and immediately have the blade right at his throat. The spotlight is back on the 2 of you, and both of your spotlights are back up.
You guys win. Go ahead.
You want to? No, you were like
The spotlight's back up. I would say continue on.
All right, fuck
Do it. Yeah, it's a dance.
So he's just far enough where I can't hit both of them.
I would say if you move around, you'd be able to do it. You just had missed the first one that last time.
I'll try to reposition to where I can get them both in range.
Okay.
Whirlwind again. I'm gonna use up a hope.
Awesome.
Fuck. All right.
Here we go.
8, 9, 10, 11 with hope.
11 with hope.
Does that do you use strength or agility? No, it's just your. I'm trying to get back into it. It's just your base roll, right?
So it's your base roll plus your...
Oh, so you do use a modifier.
Yeah, you would end up using your strength, I think, if that's what the weapon
9,
is.
10, 11, 12, 13 with hope.
13 just hits. So take the hope.
I'm sorry. It's been a while.
I know, it's been a
I don't
long time.
remember.
So you hit. Go ahead and roll damage, and it does damage to both.
Okay.
And you'll have to re-roll just so that.
19.
19 damage.
And hold on, it does say.
I know the second person gets half damage, I want to say.
All additional adversaries succeed against take half damage. So yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
damage.
So then
Okay.
19 and then 8 for the other one. Or 9 for the other one.
Not the other one. So you slash into this orc, and then as you do, you kind of quickly pirouette and almost like a dance, flip right around. Obram, instinctually, you have started becoming in sync with Feely.
Feely, yeah.
So when you see him and hear the whirl of his blade, you kind of duck. And when that happens, the second slash as you're whirlwinding around chops this orc's head off.
Oh shit, dude.
And
Okay.
Feely pivots and then readjusts to face the gray orc. And the gray orc is looking not rough, but he's taken some damage.
As Feely's adjusting, as he's doing the whirlwind, Orbam's actually going in, so they're in sync, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like behind Feely as Feely's attacking, but as Feely stops, as Oberon's gonna go in and start attacking.
Okay, roll to hit.
Shit.
8. And I don't know.
Siegfried's got it.
Might have to re-roll that one,
Oh, this is
just
plastic.
because he kept licking it.
Where is it, bud? Hey. Drop it. Drop it. Okay.
Good luck. For good luck.
For good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
There you go. You can roll for good luck.
Automatic 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus strength, right?
Yeah, plus
13,
strength.
14. 14.
Hits.
14 with fear.
14 with fear. I'll take the fear. Okay. So as you dodge underneath this whirlwind that Feely has done, you immediately dig your sword into the ground, shield up.
Halberd, sorry.
Or your halberd into the ground, shield up, and then slash upwards.
So he does like a kind of like a stake. So he like jams it up in his side
Okay.
as he's lifting him up.
Go ahead and roll damage.
8, 9, 10, 11. That one is a 3. No, that's a 1. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 damage.
16
Okay.
damage.
So you slash up into him, you get him into it, and it sticks into one of his abs, and he like lets out like a burst of blood. It is now his turn. He goes ahead, and as he gets a hold of himself, and he takes the spear out of his chest, and you see that he's grabbing it. He looks at the two of you. He looks at his companion that is now on the ground.
Don't run.
He lets out a feral rage, and oddly enough, quickly creates this sphere in front of him. And you see this ball of electricity that kind of is pulsating. When he does, he grabs a hold of it and crunches it. When it happens, a blast of lightning.
What the fuck?
I need the two of you to roll a finesse roll.
Hope and fear.
Yes, hope and fear. But doesn't matter about hope or fear, just the total number.
Dude. You.
11.
Wait.
11.
11?
15.
15.
16 technically minus
16
1.
technically.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Minus
you had
11.
11. Okay, so you'll take full damage, you take half damage.
Okay.
Fuck me. 22 damage.
Okay, 2.
So 11. I'm gonna use an armor slot.
Same.
Okay. This bolt of lightning kind of ricochets out to you. Now, at this point in time, I need both of you to now go ahead and see if you can resist the electric effects of it. See whether or not you've been paralyzed. You'll use your hope and fear. It's going to be a strength roll.
Hurt.
I'm going to say the minimum is 14 to be able to surpass this.
Oh, thank God. Just barely 14. Beats
bad
it,
one.
beats it.
The 14. That means you get paralyzed.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me then.
8.
8. Okay. So the two of you get shocked and electrified as this happens. The orc looks down at the two of you, and he takes his, as you are just shocked and this electricity is shaking through your body, he's going to take his companion's sword, and he takes the two of them and goes to go ahead and strike both of you. Now I'm going to be able to roll with advantage to hit you. It doesn't mean that I'll actually hit, but it'll be an automatic crit because of paralyzation.
Okay.
So, with advantage. This is for you, Oberon. 10.
10 misses.
Interesting.
Nice.
Nice.
How?
Wow. Oddly enough, 10 again. For Feely.
For me, for hits.
Hits, damn.
I'm not.
Can I do something?
You are paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed. I can't use I am your shield.
You cannot.
Okay, gotcha.
So Feely, because of critical damage, as he stabs into you, and as he does, he goes to go ahead and try and strike both of you with his weapon. Where he had it positioned, he ended up actually scraping across Oberon's shield as his main focus seems to have been on you.
Racism.
Yes. That being said, because of the critical damage, you are looking at 24 damage.
That's not bad. I'll just do another armor slot. I'll take minor.
Okay. That being said, I need you both to go ahead and roll a strength roll to see if you can get out of this paralyzation. You need a minimum of something higher than 15 or higher.
15 or higher?
Because 14 is the minimum.
You said strength?
Strength.
16.
16. Okay.
What about you?
11, dude.
11. So, Feely, you're still paralyzed. That being said, Oberon, you snap out of it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna fucking
It's on
attack
you.
this motherfucker.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Or can I help Feely out?
You can. You can go ahead and use your turn to go ahead.
I'll just smack him.
Smack him?
He's almost dead. Smack him.
Feely gives me the do it.
He's like, blink twice.
Blink twice if you can hear me.
Roll the hit.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
13 just hits.
13 with fear, though. 13 with fear.
For fear, I'll take the fear. That being said, go ahead and roll the hit. Or do your damage.
Kiss it. Thank you, Feely.
Gotcha.
3? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Feely, so it's okay.
7 damage, okay.
That was a 1. So the kiss was better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, so it's like 11 damage.
11 damage, okay. You slash up into him, and he, like, you slash him and you kind of create this gaping wound onto his chest. That being said, he grips a hold of himself and he's looking around and he sees his companion kind of completely down. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 4 fear.
Damn it. 4?
When this happens, I would say that around the corner, you hear a voice. You notice that a very large orc, probably 7'5", comes walking around the corner.
Just a wee lad.
Should we drink potions?
He looks at the skirmish.
Roderick!
He looks over at the orc that is like looking in panic. You know this immediately, even though you're in a paralyzed state. Your eyes shift over and you see Olfrich.
Now what's the meaning of this?
He looks
attack for opportunity. Stabs the orc.
I was thinking about it.
Can I do that?
I'll say that as this is played out.
You use the fear, so it makes sense.
Yeah, the fear is being used.
The fear is being used.
The other one, the gray-skinned orc, looks at you, looks up and then back at them. He's like,
They went and struck first, Lord.
he looks down at the orc and
Struck first.
looks down.
I see one of my men dead. And one of the Pheleys. What were you doing trying to initiate this fight? He's like, no, we were trying to get food. Sir, the human owed us.
And he gives like a knowing look.
You're about to kill the human. Orbin speaks up.
He looks down at him.
We just fought. We just got out of the Underdark. And now you guys are causing chaos?
This won't be tolerated.
He walks on over to the other orc.
Bruh.
Snaps his neck. And he looks over at the paralyzed Feely and gives a nod and turns and leaves.
Wait.
Stops.
Orbin says, sorry. People have gone missing in this town. "25 people have been missing. You just killed one of your men. You and Feely know each other personally.
There are rules in place, half-breed.
Listen,
And if someone breaks my rules, I break them.
do you know anything about
He
the
just
missing?
walks away. You feel the heavy footsteps as he goes from ground to cobblestone as he heads out.
Can Orbim scream?
At this point in time, I would say that Feely, because of the death of the one that casted that on you, is that effect is gone.
Damn it,
That's
dude.
close.
He was pretty cool walking away, just not
It's kind of sick.
answering.
It's kind of cool.
Let's check their supplies.
Yeah, you can scavenge them if you want to. Go ahead and do a... I guess it would be a finesse roll in terms of, like, picking things off.
Does it matter with fear? Nope.
It does.
16. Nope. 19 with fear.
Take the fear.
Oh wait, finesse? Yeah. 18 with fear, sorry.
Sure.
10 fear.
10 fear. Take the fear. Now, you have the choice. You both can examine which body. Which one?
Whatever one you want.
I'll check the gray one.
I'll check the other one.
Okay. On the gray one, you do see 2 long swords that are on his person. With the 10, oddly enough, you see silver medallions. A whole bundle of silver. The silver chips. I would say that's what you've been able to find on him. A sack of silver.
Breaks the rules.
Obram, on the greenskin one, you end up noticing a few things with that roll. 19, was it?
19 with fear.
19 with fear.
Yeah.
I would say that you find a...
No, I'm sorry, 18.
18 with
18.
fear.
18 with fear.
You find a 12 chicken eggs.
What?
As well as leather armor and a deck of cards.
Okay. What kind of cards are we talking?
You're not entirely. They're actually different. So, in the Orc ancestry, there are basically fortune cards, tarot cards you find on his person.
Okay.
The orcs never look to gods, but they look to other things to be able to find guidance. So you find a tarot deck.
You said 12 chicken eggs?
Yes.
Breakfast.
Definitely need to give those to the supply group of people. If we can get those chickens to grow.
I was gonna eat them.
Gives Feeley 3.
So that being said, you guys kind of gather yourselves after that.
What should we do with the body? Feeley.
Spit on it and walk away.
Or cause chaos in the
Fuck
city.
them, they're orcs. No
Oh,
offense. No offense. You're a half-breed.
Halvesy.
There's no proof. They can't show anything. Leave them alone.
Do you know anybody around from the couriers or delvers?
I'd say not in the nearby vicinity, no.
Okay. Where are we actually? Sorry, I didn't.
No, you're kind of on your way from the actual throne room over to Feely space. That being said, you're probably a 15-minute walk from where your current location. You're past the center of town and kind of up in the noble area.
I'm just gonna move the bodies a little bit off to the side.
Yeah.
Get a bush or something.
Yeah, I don't want to cause panic. That's all.
That's fair. All right, so there isn't too much time left. However, I would say that the two of you, your plan was initially to go ahead and make your way to Feely's place.
Feely's place to the stakeout,
to the
but we
stakeout.
just met the head honcho, and he like literally snapped this guy's neck and said, "Those who break the rules, I break them." Don't know what that means. So I'm curious about that.
He's a bitch ass orc.
I'm curious about that. So, should we stop by your family's place real quick on the way there?
Go straight
Just
to
to
theirs.
see. You just want to go straight to there. You don't want to
I've
talk
seen
to your
my
brother
family's
or
place.
talk to your dad about more information about this
Nah, let's go kill him.
Let's go get this
Let's go kill him,
motherfucker.
yeah.
All right, brother.
All right.
Let's do it.
So the two of you end up making your way directly over.
Any as we're going by, do we see anything out of the anything unusual?
Go ahead and
going
roll- I'm
through
gonna
like
say-
past Feely's place, past.
Give me an instinct roll.
I'm gonna potion up to you really quick.
Yeah.
1d4.
1d4. Actually, it's a d6 because it's a...
I got a critical.
Can I just take the 4?
You can take the 4, yeah.
Cool, I'm maxed out.
All right, cool.
I got a critical.
Got a
5-5.
critical 6. Take the heal, and then if you had any stress... Sorry, I'm the hope.
Oh yeah, I'll take the home.
So, Obram, as you're making your way up these steps, and for you, it's quite interesting just seeing in this noble area. But you don't see too much commotion as you navigate through. You make your way kind of just up this stance. I would say, due to the natural critical success.
Yes.
Something does catch your eye. Man, with a success like that, I would say that as you're making your way up, you hear commotion in Feely's place.
I grab Feely. Can I have him try to chime in with the commotion stuff? Do you hear that?
I just kind of like look over and just book it straight to my house. I notice it's like something like
Yeah, because Orbram doesn't know where Feely lives currently, right?
Currently, right. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So the two of you,
I'll
because
chase
of that,
after Feely.
I would say because of that.
Good roll. Good roll.
Yeah. The two of you book it
got
on
lucky.
the inside. And you see Zephyr
Interesting.
kneeling down. In the commotion that you heard initially was Zephyr like uplifting furniture. And the two of you kind of make it on the inside, and you see immediately Zephyr kind of turns to you. You notice that his eyes narrow down to kind of fine slits.
They're gone.
And he's looking around. He's like, and you notice that he's examining, and he's making his way up.
The moment that I got here, I noticed blood. Like there was a fight.
And you notice immediately he kind of, as he's trailing through and up the stairs themselves, there is a decapitated orc with his head, just on the ground, few like steps down from where he is, and leading up there is kind of blood like spattered right across the actual portrait itself of your great grandfather. And the three of you are kind of migrating up, and he turns and quickly pivots to Feely.
Your father and brother are gone. Based on the orcs that are here, it might be that assumption that we've had.
And he looks around, and
How did you get into your ancestral home? Most of these are blocked.
My father placed his hand on the gate, and it opened.
Cut one of these fuckers' hands off.
he grabs a hold of one of the orc's arms and holds it out.
Do you want to get it off?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Feely cuts the arm off. And he grabs a hold of it.
I know it's not quite nighttime, but we might not have that much time.
Let's go.
And you can see as Zephyr is examining.
With hope.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I got 16.
All right.
He's examining, and there are blood droplets that are leading up the way.
Do orcs have different type of blood?
No,
So they're all pretty much the same.
all pretty much the
It's
same.
dirtier than ours.
Yeah. It's like Lord of the Rings, Black Blood. So the three of you make your way up, and thankfully, because that natural 20,
I just got lucky.
God bless you.
God bless.
there's a
America.
sense of urgency. I need both of you, Zephyr included, use your hope and fear. I need you to roll an instinct roll.
Okay. We're gonna get like the general. All right.
19 fear.
19 fear,
14 with hope.
14 with hope, and I got 15 with hope. You notice that as you're traversing up, I'll take the fear, the walkway, both of you, technically all three, feel a sense of, a lack of better term, not dread, but oppression. As you gain up to this very, very, not dissimilar to Feely's place, but a place of high, noble, regal homestead. You notice as
Zephyr is kind of examining the ground, following the blood prints. Eventually, that you ended up making it up to this gateway with the crest of the orc bloodline.
So we got out of Feely's place.
Got out of the Feeley's place and just immediately went to that trail
Okay.
because of that success. The door itself is completely locked open. Feely, you know instinctually, you just slap that hand. When you do, the door opens up. Made of similar materials that your own homestead is made of. When you take a handful of steps in, though, the two of you instinctually know that there's some kind of odd presence based on your previous roll. So that being said, I need you to go ahead and both roll the Destiny dice. Which I don't... Yeah, there we go.
Oh, 2 dice.
Now, with advantage,
Oh, heard.
because of your roll. So you're going to roll the Destiny dice,
I think
the
this
tooth
is
dice.
You're cursed now. You just touched it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You want this is your
you
this is tied to your family though.
The beacon has found a new hand.
The both of you will end up rolling with proficiency. Now, you would just simply do it.
Yeah, where do you want it?
Just right in your...
Do you have your thing? Your thing's better than mine, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do that.
So you can sit
If you
where
don't
you're
mind.
at. Go ahead.
Okay, heard.
There you go. Okay. Destiny dice.
Kiss it.
It's I don't want tooth dice, man.
No, you kiss
that
you
thing's
kiss
evil.
that bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Why'd you give it to
is-
me there?
God,
It's too late. I can't read it.
4, but plus advantage because of your previous roll. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, Feely.
Come on, he fucking cursed.
Can I give him hope?
No, this is Destiny dice action.
Can't read it.
17.
17.
All
Should
right.
roll to begin with, dude.
Plus
5.
There we
Told you
go.
this was your story, Feely. Thank you.
All right.
So I'm not having you kiss anything anymore. I'm kidding.
So that being said,
Hey. Alright, pues, my friend.
as you step through this place,
Thank God you got that, dude. I'm serious. God bless America.
Oberon,
That's not good.
you take a few steps in, and as you gain access, there is a thick, dark fog that rolls in somehow, some way, and I would say that Obram, you're akin to it, but you would realize that it is the Crawling King's essence in some way, shape, or form, and because of your previous dealings with that essence, it makes sense that you succumb to it.
Yeah.
Feely,
Let's go, Feely.
you immediately notice Obram's acting strange. Obram is going to go ahead and try and suffocate you.
Oh, great. Make him hate more
Now,
orcs
granted,
more.
the two of you, you do not succumb to the Crawling King's essence.
What about Zephyr?
Zephyr, with 4 scars, or 3 scars, he's succumbed.
No.
Feely, I need you to roll.
Can I give him hope?
You cannot, because you are the one doing it. I need you to roll your hope and fear, and it's going to be a strength check. However, Obram and Zephyr, we're going to go ahead and give a double disadvantage.
Thank you.
So
GM.
you need... It's a disadvantage, so not really.
Oh,
So,
fuck you, GM.
so the two of us are going to roll against yours.
Okay.
And it'll be strength, so you add your strength modifier.
That's not good.
Oh no, what'd you get?
Oh, 5 with hope.
Ooh, what'd you get?
I got 3.
3. I
Oh,
also got a
shit.
3. So, at this point in time, Feely, you look up and you feel this odd sensation around you. And you notice immediately the fog that happens. And I will say, because you weren't initially affected by it, you don't quite know what happens, but your vision goes dark. I will now say, the two of you are in a very different place.
No, we tried so hard. We rolled so good.
I've been rolling like shit all night. What do you mean?
Yeah. And
No,
rolled
you
bad.
kissed the thing. He got 17.
He did. That means he wasn't. He at least had a chance.
What does that mean? Are you racist against orcs, Sean?
I'm racist.
No, but Feely is.
Big deal.
Advantage on racing. I'm just kidding.
All right,
Cut
so
that out. Cut that out.
No, keep that in.
it's in there.
We don't like
It's
this.
in. We in this
Around these
campaign.
parts.
All right, we're gonna get into a little bit deeper.
Great.
Now we don't have too much. I don't know how much time you guys wanted to do, but we will
When's
go
the
ahead and
cutoff
try.
time,
And,
GM?
we technically started at 5, 6, 7, 8, so we are already at 3 hours.
What does Vasco Feely want?
Probably just a little bit more.
You
Yeah.
heard that?
Getting a
Feely?
little tired.
Yeah,
We're gonna-
I feel it. I'm feeling it. That being said, Vasco Feely, you're the first to awake because you were also not succumbed to. And I will reiterate this. You're not entirely sure what happened, but your vision went dark. Excuse me. Vasco Feely, your vision slowly comes into focus. You're in a completely black room. You begin to immediately hear the sound of your body swaying back and forth. You can feel that your legs are wrapped up in a tightly knit rope. The room itself entirely black. But I can say that you can make out Obram and Zephyr also bound up and hanging about 10 feet from the ground. You notice around you, as your vision becomes clearer, half-eaten bodies all around, and your vision goes from your first sense that you notice to your smell, which is the second sense that you notice, and the smell of pungent decay hits your nostrils. Since you weren't affected first, you were the first to wake up in this environment. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and get myself free from the ropes.
Okay.
Try and like chew through the knot or something.
Yeah. Your legs are bound up, so I need you to go ahead and roll a finesse roll to kind of athletics yourself up and see if you can kind of get out of this.
Finesse, just 12. Hope.
12 hope. Take the hope. Honestly, with success, you reach on up and kind of quickly are able to untangle the knot, and you fall but are able to land safely. And you notice above you several hanging corpses, and you do see your two companions just swaying back and forth. You immediately hear the sound of a thud. And the sound of heavy footprints
fading away. What are you doing?
I'm assuming I have no weapons.
No weapons on you. No armor. So right now, there are no thresholds, just as a heads up.
Oh.
If you are to get hit, it'll be severe damage no matter what.
How far away are they?
He's about 10 feet above you, hanging. Same with Zephyr.
Could I... 10 feet. Can I try and use my tongue
You can.
to knock the
Yeah, absolutely.
rope top?
Clever.
Right, roll for it?
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
mark a
Go ahead and
stress.
mark a stress. Which one are you hitting?
I'll go for him first.
Okay, absolutely.
13 with fear.
13 fear. I'll take the fear. That being said, it was the minimum to hit. You almost like a whip to a fucking rope, severs the tie, and Obram, as you fall to the ground, you hit your head and you wake up immediately, and you're just bound, and you're surrounded by corpses everywhere. And you look over at Feely, and Feely kind of just wrapping up his tongue. The two of you have a moment.
Be fucking quiet.
Where are we?
Be fucking quiet. Under your rose. I have to get out of here. Do not make a noise. I'll just undo him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to help Feely up to untie Zephyr, and I'll try to catch Zephyr.
Okay. You can use your tongue move again, but you can do it with advantage if you want to use hope.
Gotcha.
We can just untie it, right? I can
He's
just
up
throw
in
him
10
up there.
feet.
He's pretty high.
Oh, I mean,
I can
you
just throw
probably
him
could.
up there.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
do a strength check.
That way he
Go
doesn't
ahead.
have to waste stress.
That's fair.
Okay.
Do a strength check to see if you can toss him up there.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Enough
With fear.
easily.
With fear, though.
And then you don't have to roll at all, actually. He tosses you up there. You quickly unravel him, and
I
Zephyr
catch
hits the ground.
I catch him.
Oh, okay.
I told you I would.
Bridal style.
I place him down. We untie him.
Wake him up and...
What the actual fuck?
The ropes are no longer there. That being said, he kind of gathers the two of you, and
Something.
he's examining, and you see that his eyes, from a thin slit, kind of widen out to a much larger circumference. And he looks at the two of you.
What the fuck happened? I remember just stepping into some fog and
That's the thing. I think it was the Crawling King's essence. That fog, we've seen it before. The Crawling King's essence here in Illidan?
Shh. You stand and he looks up. You hear the sound.
I think they're about ready.
Position yourselves. Ambush.
Do we see anything on the ground?
Go ahead and roll it. I would say instinct roll quickly.
Both of us?
Both of you, yeah.
14 hope.
14. 14 with hope.
14 with hope.
Damn.
Both 14 with hope.
Shit. Yeah,
There you go. Take the hope. Take the hope. So two of you ended up seeing. You can see like corpses here and there. The two of you are able to find. There is Butcher's Cleavers around.
Alright,
So two of you add Butcher's Cleavers. It's going to be 1d8 or d8, so you can use your proficiency.
2d8.
For... is it strength finesse or what is it?
It'll be strength.
Strength.
So 2d8 plus 2 then?
Well, no, because you had your level, right? Because you do your strength, your level,
Well, you do your strength and then your proficiency.
and your proficiency.
Yeah.
Since I'm only level 2 with this, even though we're level 5 technically, how does that work?
I mean, it would just be whatever technically Feely has, which I think is 2.
Yeah, so I have 2, and my proficiency is another 2.
Okay, so plus 2.
4. Right?
Right.
2d8 plus 2.
Yeah.
Heard.
Or your plus your proficiency. Because your
Well,
proficiency is 2.
It's
and then your
strength. Yeah, this is an old build, but I'd recommend one for Guardian.
And the footsteps stop what seems to be right at the door.
We're gonna hide as we're...
Roll a finesse roll.
Right, you wanted to hide?
Yeah.
Did Zephyr get one too?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
13
It
hope.
stops.
What?
I got 14 with fear.
Will you be the death of me?
And you hear silence, but the one thing that you start beginning to feel and hear in your eardrums is your own heartbeat. You hear the footsteps kind of turn away, and you hear the sound. Thank God for Tiny!
Thank God.
Our little boy, he's hungry. Make sure to get them nice and chop, 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 chop. And the footsteps turn away.
I need to go ahead and get the big axe then.
Wait. Tiny. Wait a minute.
Let's put in on this shit.
As
Oh my god, is this what I think it is?
it drips down, your heartbeat gets less and less. What are the two of you doing?
Well, first off, we gotta get them. We gotta find our shit.
Yeah, we gotta
Figure out where we're at.
Yeah.
Something happened. Orbram's assuming that that fog was the Clan King's essence. So some deep, dark evil is here.
Yes.
Say we ask Zephyr to use his dark vision.
I do.
Try and find it's usually like an items collection chest and these kind of things, like in prisons,
Let me look
like
around.
confiscated items.
We gotta figure something
Kind
out.
of doubt that it would be in here though.
Hope!
You can use hope if you want to.
I'm gonna give you hope.
Because I got
'Cause-
10.
Yep.
And then that
I got a 4.
is 10 with hope.
So 4. 14?
14. He looks around. You can see that he's kind of examining.
Oh, take away hope.
The only thing I found is this thing. And he holds out this little box and he unlatches it, looks at it, and the little ballerina begins to turn. What the and he closes it real quick.
What
Oh no. Dude.
the actual fuck is this?
Oh my god.
Puts it
dude.
down.
Looks over and you hear the sound.
Bjorn's gonna pick that up actually.
Okay. You hear the sound of the footsteps coming up a stairwell.
Are either of you proficient at picklocking?
Ask if we can figure it out.
Then it's figured out.
And he runs on over and he sees this.
What's
It's
your finesse?
a small
Not good.
Okay,
a small rivet, and he literally just shoves his arm into it, and it pops up a few bone pieces.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Okay.
I need you to go ahead and roll a finesse roll.
Okay.
Should
I'll
I give
reroll
him
that.
hope?
You can give him hope.
You might have to.
I'm gonna give you hope.
Okay.
I've got 3 hope left. So we're
13
okay.
fear.
16.
It's because you rolled a 3.
Okay, so
Yes.
16 fear.
Okay, I'll take the fear. That being said, with the skeletal remains of a rivet, you get in there in a panic. Pop it open.
Oh, thank God. I think you said the bones are gonna pop.
You hear off into the distance the sound of this limping once again. And you open up the door just slightly, just ever so quietly. Looking out. You notice down on the downstairs the sound is heightened as it's beginning to increase up. But then you hear the sound out in a kitchen nearby of metal pots just kind of scrambling. You hear it down the stairs.
You're all right,
Oh,
honey.
sorry. I know these people.
Out in the distance.
Oh no.
What are you guys doing?
Fucking trouble, dude.
You begin to hear.
Do we see a chest?
There's no chest nearby.
Just the one person?
Just that you do hear that there is someone around the corner, and then someone downstairs. The person replies, "I just scratched myself, dear. I'm sorry. I'm fine. Just a limb."
Wait, so these people are tied to the orcs?
Okay. Sorry. You're good.
Okay, so I'll take charge. Okay, so someone's around the corner,
Down the stairs and then around the corner.
and then around the corner, around the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so cellar, corner, kitchen. Any upstairs?
You okay?
Upstairs?
To your right, there does seem to be stairs that lead up, and the room itself, I mean, this place is a very elegant, very decorative, noble, for sure,
Really?
home.
No blood, no guts anywhere. Just
Not on the outside. Inside the room,
Just in our chamber.
Just in the chamber.
Locked up.
Okay, so around the corner is where this body is. In the kitchen is where another person or two people are at. We could go upstairs. See if we can find maybe a chest
Our shit.
of our shit.
I need you both to roll a finesse roll.
Fuck, man, that is like the one thing I.
Yeah! I think they're here. Make sure to get plenty of food for the children.
God bless America.
I got 12.
12?
With hope, but
Critical success. Feeley and Oram, as the two of you end up making your way.
Zephyr's with us, right?
Yeah, Zephyr's with
okay,
you.
cool.
You pivot over to the right, and you're as quiet as possible. The children are going to need plenty of food.
I'm gonna close the door before.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a finesse roll just to see if you can get it quietly.
Dude, come on, don't do this to me, Sean. Okay.
You guys are shooting everywhere but you.
16. I'm sorry, no, 7, 6, 11 with hope.
11 with hope, take the hope. So the door actually closes fairly silently.
Oh, thank God.
Now, because of that critical success,
Don't
you'll
get me
be
scared.
making your way upstairs. And I would say because of the critical success, you notice someone around the corner. Now, this individual is not standing, but this elongated, insect-like woman is on the ceiling looking around, her eyes gouged out, her jaw separated, and she turns to look down the stairs. Make sure they're nice and choked up, dear. The children are hungry. And you make your way upstairs silently because of the critical success.
Yes.
You begin to hear, as you make your way up, the sound of a large clock chime just kind of filling the room as you make your way up the stairs. This upper floor you see seems to be like the residential area. There's a large grandfather clock that seems to be right next to a hearth.
As that grandfather clock's going, can we move a little bit faster because of the loud noise?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, at some point in time, it is an hour. And as you count each chime, I would say that the two of you are perceptive enough to notice that it is 3 o'clock, whether it be in the morning or in the evening. But the two of you make your way, and you're upstairs. What are the two of you doing?
Searching.
Searching.
For our gear and /or Feely's family /Tiny's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of it,
Okay.
if we can.
I need you both to go ahead and I would say this is instinct roll because you are quickly examining in between each click.
14
Nice.
hope.
14 with hope. Okay.
19 with fear though.
19 with fear. I'll take the fear.
Dude,
Well, it's
you
maxed
had
out,
2. That's so funny.
That's
Hilarious. And you had 2 in the beginning of this.
I did.
Yeah, that's not good.
So the two of you are kind of quickly examining around, trying to find anyone. You're going through. This is the kind of the residential area. You're going through each room, and you notice that each room is almost seems like it's more and more twisted with every single room. The first room on your right hand side, you notice that there is the room itself is just utterly coated in blood, with specifically hands hanging from the ceiling
Oh my god.
of all different kinds. The next room, as you continue forward, it is illuminated in this kind of blue glow. And in the blue glow, you notice that there are very specifically, delicately placed, almost on purpose, like fine china everywhere. You go to the next one, and you see almost like a bird's nest. Everything tousled everywhere, and just this nest of certain things just kind of tucked away in it. But the one after that, Feely, you find your brother. You see him with his stomach cut open, and he is being drained of his blood.
Can we try to help him?
You go ahead and try and help him, but you notice that he is long gone, unfortunately.
Fuck.
You feel your heart sink as you see your brother lifeless, strung up, similar to how you were. However, you turn the corner, and I would say because of the natural critical success earlier.
Well, that was him. I rolled a 19.
Earlier,
Oh, yeah. Heard. Sorry.
when you saw Feely's place,
Oh.
your father is unconscious.
So he's alive.
He's alive, not gutted. He's strung up, and he seems completely unconscious. Armor removed. You can kind of see, for the first time, your father without his armor, and you can see the older man that he actually is. Strung up.
I look at Feely.
You hear from downstairs,
Margaret! I ain't here.
Come on, we closed the door.
well, he was on his way to go get you.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, what are the two of you doing?
Let's
Waking
calm
up
him
your
down.
dad.
Let's wake him up, calm down.
Wake him down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna help Feely get up there.
Yeah.
It's easy.
I would say it's acrobatics,
Yeah,
the same that you had
easy.
done before. No need to roll.
No need to roll.
You bring him down, and Zephyr is there with you. And you can tell that he's, trying to wake him up, and he wakes up, and his eyes,
Just go like this.
he looks around, he's like, shh, 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 and then he looks at you, he's like, they came. He looks at you and grabs a hold of your face. They came for us. The Orcs came for us.
Listen, your son.
He looks up, and he looks, and you
I cover his mouth.
cover his mouth, and you can see just his eyes just begin to tear up as he sees his disemboweled son. And he looks, and his eyes frantic, but he's staying focused on Feely.
What are you doing?
Yes, let's get out of here.
What is this? What is happening right now? again of whatever this thing is.
I have his dad on my shoulder.
Get off me. I can stand it. I'm Feeley.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to die. That's all.
And immediately, I need you all to roll a finesse roll. I'll roll for both. Nice.
11. Fear.
Fear.
13, 16 finesse, 15 with hope.
15 with hope. Feely's dad. 16 with hope.
Oh, thank God.
Thankfully, Zephyr. 14 with fear.
Oh my God, dude.
However, a success as a group. The two of you, or everyone, kind of proudly scoots on over, and you all stay quiet. And the only sound really that's there is the sound of this dragging of the foot, and then the swaying of your brother. I would say where you're at, Feely, you get a glance because of how your eyes orient. You see this figure. You notice a very large, pale-skinned orc. Someone you've never seen in this settlement, but it could have been. There's so many people that are here. It's actually overwhelming how many people are there. But you notice this orc, pale skin, blue eyes, and he has this almost extremely muscular right arm with a butcher's axe attached to it. And he looks around and he's like,
Frog legs tonight. Hopefully we can get more of them dragons. Where are you, little ones?
this individual is almost touching the ceiling as he begins to walk away.
You couldn't have gone far.
You notice that with each door he ends up opening up. Moving over to the next one. Continuing down. What are the two of you doing?
Are there any more rooms?
You do know that there are more, but
Because we
headed that
still
way.
wanted to look for Tiny's daughter.
what are the two of you doing?
So you need to find her, and then before we got it,
What do you think?
yeah, let's keep looking.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Which way are you heading? Are you heading back downstairs, or are you trying to
You said there's more
follow
rooms,
behind?
right?
Yeah, but he's headed that way. So it's up to you.
Fuck. I thought he was going downstairs.
Oh, he's still looking for you.
Do we hear any whimpering?
Go ahead and roll a, I would say a knowledge check.
10 with hope.
10 with hope.
Yeah.
Take the hope, but you don't hear any whimpering.
Shit, we get the hell out of here then. Otherwise we have to fight this dude, we're probably gonna die. We don't have any armor.
Yeah, we at least need to find our gear.
Yeah. Yep, try and look for our gear.
Sure. Absolutely.
Can Zephyr check out any footprints while we're doing his
I can do a instinct roll for Zephyr.
Slayer? Yeah. Can I give him hope?
I don't think you need to. I rolled a 17 plus 2. So Zephyr, as he takes a look around,
Because he knows Tiny's daughter.
he knows Tiny's daughter, but his concern is similar to Feely's, getting the,
Get
fuck,
the fuck
out. Survivability is key for him. He takes a look around the room itself, and he notices and points out to you these large
like bloodied footprints that are kind of where the coagulated blood were, where Feely's, your brother, is hanging, and where they kind of extended out. He's looking around and just being as careful and as quiet as he can.
Nothing.
I don't think if they're here, they're not on this floor.
Alright, let's go.
At least further, maybe. I don't know.
I know how this situation works, because from what you've showed us, like every second counts, so we probably have to get out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. So the two of you, are you guys heading downstairs?
We're gonna head downstairs.
Yeah.
So you begin heading downstairs. And slowly but surely making your way down. I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 fear. And as you're making your way, you kind of glance on over and you see this elongated, where you had briefly noticed prior to feeling, this elongated, like, insect woman wearing an apron, beginning to make, looks like something that's so pungent. The smell is intoxicating. Just how much rot there is. You see her with these elongated elbows and these, like, probably 4 foot long arms beginning to stir a pot. And with the fear used, she kind of stops stirring and straightens up a little bit.
What's that smell?
And she turns around and you can see that her eye sockets are gone. But you notice that her jaw is split open and she seems to be sniffing. And with each sniff, her jaw kind of juts out. And the two of you, your group, begin to go down the stairs as quietly as possible. But you do know she has your scent in some way, shape, or form. But you make your way down to the stairs, these cobblestone steps, and you're greeted with the, excuse me, this large, luxurious homestead with a hearth that's on the inside. And the hearth itself is very similar to your own homestead, where it's like this bluish flame that's giving off this sense of cold. I would say with the role that Zephyr had previously, he examines the soot and it seems like there is claw marks coming from the fireplace itself. He looks down at it and he pinches it, doesn't say anything, but kind of gestures a connection in some way, shape, or form.
So she got cooked.
I think that wherever these things came from is from this flame. I don't think we should douse it in the numbers that we have. I think it'd be wiser to get out of here and then get help. We have who are important.
Do we see our belongings anywhere? It doesn't even have to be in a chest, just in general.
You do not in this nearby vicinity. I don't even have to let you roll for it.
I think our shit's long gone, dude. Yeah.
I think let's just try to find our way out. Hopefully we can find our stuff along the way, but who knows?
Begin hearing, and I would say Obram, you notice this immediately, you look on up, you stay as quiet as you can. I need you both to roll a finesse roll. But you see this elongated insectoid-like woman beginning to crawl on the ceiling itself. And I will not be adding Zephyr's roll for the two of you yet.
I got a 15. 16 minus 1, so 15 with hope.
With hope, take the hope.
7 hope.
7 hope, take the hope. You hear
I smell you. Where's Tiny? Where's Junior? Where's he at? Is Junior here? I'm downstairs, aren't I?
From the corner, spend 3 more fear. You hear a low growl. You hear the movement of something large. Now, that finesse roll was not a success. You do know that there is something. They know that something's here. They're pretty sure. I need, because of time and sleepiness, I need the 2 of you to roll an instinct roll on where you're gonna go.
Can you give us a layout of where we're at right
That's
now?
what this instinct
Okay,
roll is for.
Heard. A whole baby. 12, 13, 20, 19. 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
3 with hope.
3 with hope. Was it with what?
Hope.
With hope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So now I will go ahead and we'll roll the Destiny dice to see if whether or not you're able to succeed. It'll be Feely because you're the one that has failed.
Can I give him hope?
You cannot. This is a Destiny dice roll. You two kind of polar opposites to yourselves. Excuse me. Can't fucking write that. It's okay. I got it. Okay. Jesus, this tooth is hard. 19!
Oh boy! Pascal Feely does not fuck up.
The evil dice.
The evil dice has chosen well. So you notice, the 2 of you, that there is the front door cracked open. And your instincts tell you to immediately run. You book it. All of you.
Okay, all of us. I was gonna say because I have a safe
You have
a safe place, a safe plan. I still have that box. So if one of us was gonna get captured, I was gonna twist it, and it would make noise and throw it.
So that would have been a good idea.
So that would have been a good idea. So can I do that?
I
then?
could say you can, yeah. You go ahead and twist it up, and you hear this rumbling, and you immediately chuck it on over. And the lot of you, when that hits the ground across the room, and it pops open, and this ballerina begins to dance, immediately you see this thing kind of eject its jaws, and it kind of shakes and reverberates as it looks on over, and all of you begin to book it through the front door and bust open. But I will say that Feely, because Obram, you were quick to kind of go out.
No.
You glance over your shoulder and you see this elongated giant, hunched over, looks like a skeleton almost. Very bare bones. The skin is so close to the actual bone structure itself, with long black hair kind of creep out of one of the doors and look over to where the music box was, and this thing could barely even fit inside of the actual doorway itself, and begins to kind of walk on 4 legs towards that as all of you escape.
All of us.
All
So
of you.
Zephyr,
Now that being
Feely's
said,
dad,
Us too.
and us too.
you guys have succeeded in making it out of this.
That was a fucking close one, dude.
That was really close.
God damn.
Now I'll explain this for the sense of brevity. Even though your adrenaline might be running at this point in time.
you all end up making it out. And I know that this session, I felt like there was a lot of talking on my part, so I apologize.
Story building.
Yeah, I like it.
Story building.
You end up making it out. You bring your information to Tyr. And you bring your information to Tiny. And coincidentally enough, you bring your information to Olfrich. At that point in time...
Olfrich.
As
Really?
well. Olfrich was in the room with Tiny as well as Tyr and a few others of these higher individuals. The group themselves ended up creating a plan for everyone, like a raid essentially for that home. And when that happened, they ransacked that home, only to find not this butcher, nor this individual they called Tiny Jr., or even the elongated woman. There was no trace of them, but all the bodies that were accounted for, and unfortunately, as well as Tiny's daughter, were found dead.
No, she died, bro. Was she dead? Can I ask you, was she dead, like, when we got there?
I can say that as someone that you could have saved. But it's the pathway that you took.
Yeah.
But you did save Feely's father.
Feely's father. That's pretty good.
That being said, Feely, your father, realized as he is beginning to realize his own age, he passed down his armor to you and knows that his home is here and your home is here. But he knows that there's too much for him to discover. There's too much for him to know about his own home. But he, many years later, let's say 2 years later, I would say this is when humanity started to branch out to the Fey Woods, which the two of you went.
Mm-hmm. Not by choice.
And then
Just kidding.
the Siren's Bell.
Right.
On your way out, Feely, I would say that your father gives you a scroll. This is something to add into your inventory. The Golden City's location. Which on the map shows on top of a giant sea turtle. In its underbelly. I'm not on top, but underneath its underbelly is the Golden City.
On top of a giant sea turtle?
Yes, and the sea turtle is as large on this map as a continent.
Damn, dude.
And he tells you, find it. And he also tells you, find the orc with the butcher's axe that killed your brother. And bring his tusks back home. And that ends tonight's session. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Pass the Dice. This was a one-shot. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.